Now we are getting to the seed. Seed is, we saw it until now as the value that we are setting to get a different noise. Okay, so you remember that we have an empty latent, and we gave it a noise. So now I set the same value of noise, of seed of the noise in both of the nodes. Let's run it. So we have here noise, we have the empty latent, we have the noise, and we have the image here by the description that we added using the wildcard. Now, the numbers here can get to infinite. Right now we have here a number of like 15 digits. The idea here to give you the unlimited options to get unlimited noises, so you will never start, the model will never start to denoising the noise and make it as image by using the binding, the positive and negative. So technically you're supposed to have unlimited variation of images. Okay, now the numbers here are, the sequence of them is not matter. The system get the empty latent and give it a variation of random numbers based on this seed. It means that if I'm giving the same seed hundreds of times, I will get the same noise. I will never get a different image unless I will change something. It can be the prompt, it can be the negative prompt, it can be the step that we'll get to those area in a couple of minutes. Now, so if you want to know exactly how to reproduce an image, you can just select the correct seed to get the starting point of the image. Now, the control after generate, this is the word after is crucial. Why? When I'm doing fix, we have here a couple of values. Let's start with fix. Fix will give me the same value over and over, and I will never have anything change at all. So I'm now on 40. Click it again. I'm still on 40. It will never change. Now, if I will do increment, I will select the increment. It's telling me that after it finish, this is important. After it finish to generate the image, or after it select a seed, it will increment it by 1. It's not doing it before the generate, so it will show me the value that is now generating. No, so if I'm now on, I select 42, now I'm running it. I will get it for the 42, but it's incremented for the next image. It means that now that image is on 42, meaning if you want to know the number of the current, the last image generated when you are in increment, you need to go 1 back. If I will do this, that's action, and run it again, I will have 0 changes. It's the same image because we run it on the previous number. Same for decrement. It will run it. Let's go back. It will run it, and then because I have nothing to change, it reduces it to 41. Now, if you want to know the numbers, so it's good to use increment or decrement. If you use random, let's go to here. I'm again in 42. I'm running it. By the way, Control Enter will run it. So now it generated with the old number, but look what happened. It just changed it to a completely different seed number. It means that if I don't know the number, the number here that I generate the image with, it will be hard for me to get it because it's not increment or decrement. It's just random number from billions and trillions of numbers. But if you want the previous image number, you can you can get it from the old image. But if we will do save, I could get the image. Yeah, let's do it. I have a new image, save image. Okay, now I will run it with the current random number that I have. I have the 85 in the end. I get a new value for the next image, generate it. Now I have the image. Now, what was the value of the previous image? I don't know. How can I get it? I can go to the folder where I generated the image, and if I will drag it to the Comfy, what just happened? I drag the image to the Comfy. All the data about the generating of the image exists inside the image in a format that the ComfyUI added to the image as metadata. And now you can see that I have the previous number. Technically, it took all my all the nodes that I had, and it inject them to the last image. So this is good and bad. It's good because I can take any image that I generated, drag it to Comfy, and I will get all the data. Also, this is the number, so I can extract it. The negative part is that anyone can get your workflow. So you need to resave it with a different software or remove it using a metadata remover called EXIF. Okay, so that was a quick tip just for the images, but let's continue.